New Jersey Governor Christie and President Obama tossing a football and touring the rebuilt Jersey Shore, sparking speculation about Christie's potential presidential prospects. It is Tuesday, May 28th. Welcome to the News Hub. I'm Wendy Bounds. Here to discuss is veteran White House reporter Colleen McCain-Nelson. She joins us right now from our bureau in D.C. Thanks for being here, Colleen. They were on the Jersey Shore, basically looking at the rebuilt Jersey Shore after Superstorm Sandy. Tell us how chummy the president was with Christie today.
Well, in the past, this has been described as a political bromance, and it definitely had all the trappings of kind of a buddy movie today as they walked on the boardwalk and they stopped to play a football game called Touchdown Fever, and Obama tried and failed to put the football through the tire, but Christie got it on the first try. Obama got a teddy bear out of the deal, so there was certainly some joking around, some backslapping. President Obama called the governor Chris in his speech, so they certainly seemed very friendly once again.
I think I watched this bromance movie over the Memorial Day weekend. It feels like I did. All right, let's talk about this, though. Obviously, lots of people like to speculate as early as humanly possible about who's going to run for president in 2016. Christie's name right up there at the top of names people like to banter about. Now, let's ask ourselves this, and you give me your expert opinion. Hanging out with a Democratic president who's not particularly loved by your party, what does that do for Christie?
Well, in the near term, it has some good effects for Christie in that he is running for re-election in a Democratic state, a state where Obama won handily. So the first order of business for Christie is get re-elected in New Jersey, which is pretty much a sure thing. But this doesn't hurt him in New Jersey, and it certainly elevates his profile. It keeps him in the national news. The question is whether this image kind of sticks around all the way until 2016, whether the Republican Party 3 years from now is going to hold this against Christie. And inevitably, these pictures will resurface. Somebody will use a picture of Christie hanging out with Barack Obama if and when he runs for president. But a lot of Republicans say that they're not going to hold this against Christie, that he needs to work with the president. He needs to get federal funds and get his state rebuilt.
You're right. You can almost see the picture right now resurfacing in 2016 of him tossing the football and handing the teddy bear over to the president. Let's talk about Iowa opinion. You guys are starting to suss out what the sentiment is on the ground there. Colleen, it is early, but what are you hearing?
Well, folks in Iowa are saying, they certainly expect to have someone in Iowa, have some of the Republican candidates in Iowa try to use this against Christie, but they say ultimately he will rise or fall in Iowa based on his own merits. And so, the question will become whether Christie, who is a very strong personality, a very kind of New Jersey personality, if you will, whether that's going to fly in Iowa, whether Iowa voters will embrace him. And he's certainly not a cookie cutter, very conservative Republican. He's more moderate on some issues, and so a larger question is whether Iowa Republicans are going to embrace some of his positions on issues, more so than whether they're going to be worried that he walked on the boardwalk with President Obama.
Now, that does seem to be a key point. How moderate will the nation be feeling in 2016 overall? Colleen, thanks so much. Appreciate you being with us.